Hopefully I didn't mess up, because this is my very first Mezco figure, and I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Robin, 112 scale by 112 collective. Guys. Back of the box, you got some beautiful artwork, so that's a bonus, a plus. But who did it? There's no artist information. Why can't all brands put the creators on the boxes? Anyway, there's stuff here. Let's get into it. Inside the box, there's paper. What's the paper all about? Designed to do all this stuff with the things in the place, and it's not a toy, and who cares? There's important things here, so just pay attention, I guess. And there's another piece of paper that tells you how stuff does things, which is pretty fun because instructions rock. And you know what's crazy? Somebody had to illustrate that. But who did it? We don't know. Multiple ways to do multiple things with the multiple stuff that's in here. And here you go with your boy inside, the boy wonder, as some people would refer to him as. Here's a little important information. I know everything there is to know about Robin, so I'm gonna tell you while we do this review. And then you got this in there, protect it, and that's pretty cool. Mezco's main thing is they do soft goods, so hey, let's find out if it's any good. There's a lot of accessories. There's actually 2 tiers of things here, so what's going on underneath here? Oh my gosh. Doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. This bad boy comes directly from Nerd Urbanity. So if I like this thing and you're like sold by the end of this thing, that's where you can buy it. And if I hate it, that's where you could not buy it. 95 bucks. Let's find out. That's a lot of money. Mezco is a lot of money. I mean, they charge $100 per Ninja Turtle. So this sounds about right. Okay, he's fully in his raincoat, I guess, in case, you know, it gets wet out there in Gotham. Lots of accessories, folks, so we really just got to get into this because I'll spend 45 minutes just talking about this crap. Let's start here with his, it's not a batarang, this is the battle bat, I forgot. Yeah, Battle Bat by Robin, AKA known as Dick Clark, the famous musician who turned to Batman's sidekick. Dick Clark, what a shame. Why can't you actually do a little bit of research on your videos before you talk about this stuff? Oh, I know. It's honestly not even funny anymore. You're just kind of saying stuff and it's not like a good joke. You're just stupid. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Basic red and a little bit of black on there, which is nice. Those are probably not batarangs, because that's what these are. These are bat bombs, and those are batarangs. It's like you're not even trying anymore. The instruction sheet that is in the box has the name of all those things. Just say what they're actually called, birdarangs. Hello? And then this is an action hand, which looks really cool. I actually love this effect that's going on here because it looks like it's actually in motion, right? So this is really, really cool. I love stuff like this. And it's all attached to this hand, so you don't have to deal with anything other than attaching it, and you're done. And then he's got this bow, which is fully equipped with string, which is pretty wild. So there you go, fully in battle mode, which is looking really nice. This is great. I am really, really impressed with this setup here. And if you really want to shoot one, you can lock the string onto it, pull it back, and let her rip, baby. So that is wild that it's functioning. But we've seen that with other figures too. You get this bow, or bow staff as we say in English, looking really good. Nice details here. In fact, look at the details. It's painted very nicely. Then you get this sword, which he uses to cut people up and end them all, because he took an oath, the Batman oath, to single-handedly wipe out crime for good. He's a bad boy. We forgot to look at the arrows. What do those look like? This. Nice paint work. It's all very good. There's no sloppy bits to it. I like it. Multiple levels of paint as well. Then you get these other hands. So you get a left only of this, which is kind of weird. Well, why don't you get a right hand that's like this? Whatever, you get a left, so move on. And then you get these gripping hands, which would probably be ideal for the, I don't know, the bow, or the bow staff, or the sword. Any of the things he needs to grip. And then you get this gripping hand, which is also good for other things, because the size, I guess, is just different, but it's the same thing. It's just different size, so okay. And then you get this one, which is another gripping hand to do some other gripping things. That's maybe the bow based on the shape. Ugh, too many things. Oh, that's definitely the bow, because on the right side, you get this one, which is gonna hold the arrow, which is pretty sweet. I like that you get that hand included. And then you get some relaxed hands or some in motion, just through some stuff hand. This is nice. On by default, he's got his little punchy hands because he's a punchy boy. You get this mask to protect him from all the toxins, which, you know, Gotham is full of them. A lot of pee in the streets and poop. Pee and poop, but that's a different kind of toxin. You get this grappling band for his arm, which has a little thing on there like that, and a little thing like that. There you go. And then you get the grapple itself, which is here, and I'm guessing you could probably bend it. It's metal, but you'll never get it straight again. So I'm just gonna keep it straight, okay? But it would be nice to have one in here that has like a coiled look to it, so it looks like it's being shot out actively. And it snaps into that wrist piece, and there you go. Oops, hey, it's functional. And what else you get in the box? You get stuff. I forgot. You get this alternate head, which is looking pretty good. He's got that cocky look because look, he's gonna cut you with that sword, and it's game over for you forever. Classic Dick Clark. And then you get this head, wow, which looks like that. He's angry because I guess you're putting up a fight, and now he's got to really work to cut you up or shoot you with an arrow or whatever he does, because he does it all. We've established that. I know what I'm talking about. You get this base, which looks pretty good. I don't know how I don't generally like logos on the base because I want it to kind of blend in with the environment. And there's two ways to use this base, which is nice. So you can actually stick his foot onto the base and have him on there just as a normal thing, or you can pop this thing out of there. Which direction? So you can take the little plug out by pushing with the stand. That was the easy way. And then you can pop that in there, which now he's in a flight stand, which is definitely the way to do it. If you get a flight stand, come on, you got to get these guys in the air, in action. It's really the only way to do it, unless you don't do it that way. And for those of you that throw your boxes away, you can take this bag and just stick all the accessories in, which is great. And this has got to be super, super cheap. And then you can label it, but this is like such a great item to have for your collectibles, because sometimes it's like, ugh, boxes take up so much space. He's got this leather cape, which looks really good, and it seems to be wired, which I like, because now you can have some really dynamic action poses, and the wires seem to be down every stitched area, including the front, which I also really like. Even the hood is wired. That's crazy. But let's take it off, because we're not here to just stare at a cape, which is also wrapped around his shoulders, which is weird. I don't know why. Just to keep it a tighter fit from poking up and looking fake? I don't know. Let's jump into the details here, because there's a lot going on, and I'm actually pretty impressed with how they're able to accomplish some of this stuff. Let's look at this main head sculpt that's on there by default. There's a little bit of bruising. So he got beat up in the box, so I guess I have officially a bruised head, which I guess is fine. And then the body, you can see this kind of pattern, the texture going through here, but the black areas is like where the red is missing. So it's actually different levels of application here. So the yellow band across there, this is pretty wild, honestly. To get it at this scale, talented folks. Now, the joints are pretty good. They feel nice, they don't feel loose. But then you got this. Well, check that out. This is kind of Mezco's thing, right? To put soft goods onto a figure. And then this is where sometimes it can get a little weird, because soft goods at this scale is thicker than reality at a normal scale, right? So then you can get these weird bunched up parts. But so far, so good. Not bad at all. Wrist joints are ball pegs, which is good because you can get them into any direction you want. But there's going to be some limitations for sure by having soft goods. Let's see what we got. We got some crunch in there. Again, it's going to be fine. It actually is working pretty well, but limitations on the extreme pushing of posing. There you go. And you got some splits, even though he's got these kind of spandex looking pants on. And this is all working really, really well. Is there a wire in this? I don't think so. Anywho, he's got double jointed knees. He's got rotation at the boot. Ankles are pretty standard, I think. I mean, you still get some decent range out of there, but there's no there's no toe articulation, which is a poopy thing, man. But I guess because his odd placement of his pegs in his feet, With those huge feet, I think it would be great to have the articulation in there. Anyway, I guess we'll move on. So he doesn't have a way to carry any of his goods. All these things, they just have to come out of this belt like magic, which you can take off. If you want to undress your Robin, I guess you can. Now he looks a little weird. The belt really does help the look, doesn't it? In his full regalia, looking really cool. I actually like this thing a lot. So folks, this is why people like Mezco. This is a great example of an awesome looking figure. Now, I mean, you compare this thing to what? A $20, $25 McFarlane figure? I think it's a no-brainer. This is a better figure, but I mean, the price is obviously very different. So if you're content with a McFarlane thing, then just get that and be happy. There's a whole different experience with something like this, with this level of soft goods. This cape is actually really, really nice. Definitely go after this thing and enjoy it. You can still get great articulation out of this thing despite the soft goods, but you are gonna have limitations, and sometimes it might look a little bit goofy, like the way they did the double jointed knees are kind of like pretty wide, but look at that thing. That is super, super cool. And if you're gonna have a Robin on your shelf, why not have one of the best? Get him in a flight stand, give him a super cool pose, and enjoy it. And then let him live. Let him live. So there you have it, folks. If you enjoyed this review, then check out some of my Mafex stuff. That's a playlist. I did a playlist this time. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. I almost forgot what I say.